Hi everyone and welcome to day 4. It's the 4th of December and we're starting to get into our stride. So let's see what's behind the door today. Oh, well this is a bit different. And this is the first of our international Christmas traditions, which I'm so excited about including. I'm learning something new each time, and this is a Christmas pinata, really popular amongst Spanish and Mexican Christmas celebrations. So grab your paints and let's get started. So today we're going to do one of our international designs, which I'm really excited about. It's lovely to find out about other cultures and traditions. So this pinata, I guess a Spanish and Mexican tradition at Christmas with the cones. So I got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I would sort of imagine one sort of sticking out the middle. And we're going to just have a bit of fun with the colours we're going to paint on. So I'm just mixing up the lemon yellow here. And we're going to sort of use the watercolour technique to sort of slightly bleed and blend these colours together. I'm going to use the Alizarin Crimson for a nice bit of pink and the green. And we'll squeeze in a bit of blue as well. Okay, so as always, we get our colours ready beforehand. We don't need a huge amount because we're painting so small, but it's good to get them ready. So I am going to begin by sort of painting a sort of series of dashes in the middle. And I want to keep cleaning my brush off all the way through doing this. So I'm now going to take the other yellow and I'm going to place that around the edge, and those two will blend in fairly seamlessly. We won't see a huge amount of variation there, but what we will get, so I want to get these just tiny hints of little bits of unpainted space, because that gives us the sense of this sort of papery texture. Okay, so now I'm going with my first colour that is really quite different. That is quite wet on the page, but we're sort of giving it just that little bit of time to settle in, but we are expecting there to be a bit of a bleed. So, oh, that's great, because we don't want there to be an uncontrollable bleed. But that's really nice. Oh, I'm really pleased with this. Okay, clean off the brush. Let's get some green. And we're getting to the edge of our main piece of the pinata. I would love to hear if any of you have had a Christmas pinata in your celebrations, and I'd love to know what's inside it when you hit it. I'm imagining lots of sweets and treats, but let me know in the comments, because this is one of my favourite things of last year's Advent calendar, was all the stories we heard from various viewers and painters who recognised some of the traditions as their own. And I actually got the suggestions, because obviously I didn't know about the Christmas pinata. I got all the suggestions from my patrons, who are spread across the globe and are an amazing bunch of enthusiastic watercolour artists. I'm sure many of them are following along with the Advent calendar themselves. And yeah, that's where I sort of learnt all sorts of wonderful Christmas traditions that I'd never heard before. So now I'm going to reverse the colours. So now we've got green, and I'm just making sure I leave little bits of unpainted space, because these colours are stronger and darker, aren't they? And we need to make sure that they don't all just blur into one. Cleaning that brush off each time, keeping the colours nice and fresh and vibrant. And now we're getting to the very end, so we'll get the yellow in. This triangle was a bit bigger, so I'm just painting it a bit smaller. And the lemon yellow last of all. Okay, we need to let that dry and then we can put on the fantastic tassels. So before I paint in the tassels, I thought what might be quite nice is just highlighting a few of the little papery strands, especially on the yellow section. So I've got some of that yellow ochre colour, and I'm just going to sort of add in a few little lines like this. Just to help define the yellowy bits. If you haven't done many of my tutorials before, you'll know I just go a bit, well, I love detail, and I love adding in these last little bits just to make everything look really crisp and clean and fun. So this is where I get all excited. Okay, that looks great. So what we need to do now is add some gorgeous streamers and sort of tassels on the end of each one. And so I'm just going to use the colours of the paper streamers already. So that was the lemon yellow. Let's get some cadmium yellow on the others. I'm calling it cadmium yellow, but its official name is Gamboge Hue. I think it's because it's so similar to cadmium yellow, which is in my regular painting palette. I think the pink's really nice, so I'll add it to all of them. I wonder if anyone now is going to try and incorporate a Christmas pinata into their celebrations if they've not done it before. I say go for it. We just need to find out what to put in it. And finally a little bit of green, and then you can let it dry, rub out the pencil, and you'll be left with a gorgeous pinata and a new Christmas bit of knowledge that you might not have had before.